Hey boys and girls, this is Mr. Sandoval, and here we are with our 7th grade fall break quick review, number 8, homework video number 8, so make sure you have your journal ready. If you don't have your journal, get it, any piece of paper will do. Just get a piece of lined paper. And it's going to be Halloween soon, it's the fall, so fun stuff to look forward to. Alright, make sure that you get organized and you check your Jupiter grades, and make sure you save all of your work in your science folder. Don't throw anything away, even though we're starting a new quarter. Alright, homework video, I should say homework video number 8, but anyway, you get the idea. Have that ready. Alright, so what did we talk about? We talked about cells, we talked about animal cells you see on the left, and plant cells you see on the right, and that there are different types of cells because they have different shapes and sizes and functions, right? And there's many different types of cells within each organism. Multicellular organisms like we are made of many cells. We talked about that little acronym CTOS, that there is levels of organization in our body systems. You start with cells, and cells make tissues, which is many cells working together, and tissues make an organ, which is a big component of our body, and then organs work together to make a system. So they're all parts working together, interacting, but when we get down to the bottom, they're all made of cells, okay? Alright, now we talked about the parts of an animal cell, and that we focused on the nucleus, which holds the DNA, the cell membrane, which is the envelope, controls what goes in and out, mitochondria make energy, and then the cell is filled with cytoplasm. So here you see 4 different models of a cell. So you know how we draw a cell can be very different, but you see the things they have in common. Alright, and how you drew your model was different than this, but it made sense to you because it came from your mind. And then we talked about the plant cells. Remember, they're a little bit different. They have a couple extra parts, right? They have the chloroplast and the cell wall. Okay, the chloroplast is what does photosynthesis, and the cell wall gives it its shape and structure and protection. All right. We talked about a little bit. We're going to get into this after break. There's unicellular organisms. Organisms that only are made of one cell, and there's different types like amoeba, bacteria, paramecium. We're going to see some of these in the microscope. And then there's multicellular. They have many cells, and plants, animals that we've studied. Okay, so organisms are either like one cell, and they live everywhere, we talked about that, or many millions and millions of cells. Unicellular organisms like bacteria, paramecium, we talked about that. They're very small. They live everywhere. Remember, this is the head of a pin, a needle, and you can see all those little yellow structures. Those are all bacteria on a needle. Think about that. All right, and that they live everywhere. They live in plants, in the soil, in water, in animals. They're everywhere. So just think about bacteria and single-cell organisms. They live everywhere, and they're super important to our ecosystems. All right, what I want you to do is fill in these 4 sentence frames. Cells are not, cells can, and cells are important because. So complete those sentences with some important ideas that you've been learning about cells. All right, so write those 4 sentences out. Write them neatly, completely, capital letters, periods, punctuation, all that good stuff. All right. And if you need to, pause the video to do that. All right. And then I want you to make 2 cell models, an animal cell and a plant cell. And you've done this before. And so I just kind of want you to make a newer, updated, maybe a little bit revised version of your cell models. You guys were improving them and working on them, and we're always going to be improving and working on them. So make your latest, greatest version, okay? So again, you're going to have to take a few minutes to do this after the video, or if you want to pause it. Okay, now I have something kind of fun to look at since Halloween's coming up. A pumpkin is a living thing, right? It's actually a fruit because it has seeds in it. And we're going to watch a video of a pumpkin rotting, and it's a time lapse, so it's like several weeks crunched down into like a few seconds. So I want you to think about, why does the pumpkin rot, right? If you buy a pumpkin, you leave it out. Once you carve it, you know it starts to rot. It's not going to stay forever. And you can see this awesome looking guy down here. He's kind of been through the ringer, not looking too good. So we're going to watch this video, and I want you to think about what's happening. Why is this pumpkin rotting? What's going on inside of it? Okay, so think about that, because you're going to have to model that. So here we go. Let's watch this real quick. All right, so you see that. Pretty gross, pretty sad pumpkin face. What's happening inside that pumpkin? What's going on there? All right, think about that. Okay, and what I want you to do is down here is draw a model. Explain why the pumpkin rots. Use pictures, use labels, use words, use arrows. Try to explain it. Take a couple minutes to explain, all right? I'm going to be checking these, so put some thought into it, put some energy into this, all right? All right. And then there's one more thing I want you to do, is at the very bottom, you see here, write down what are you going to do to be a good teammate? What kind of qualities will you exhibit to show that you're a good teammate? All right? So that's it for this video. Stop, think, take some time to fill out these notes, and have them ready to bring and to share on Monday. All right, have a great rest of your break, and I'll see you soon. Bye.